As the Tarnished, you've journeyed countless hours across the lands between, overcoming challenge after challenge. And now it's time to become Elden Lord and forge a new order. But before you take hold of your destiny and get bogged down in the details of starting a new era, why don't you take a destination vacation? You've experienced trials and travails. Isn't it time for a little rest and relaxation? Some sun and sand? A bit of fun and games? In this video, we're looking at the best locales for a holiday in the lands between and crowning one as the ultimate vacation spot in Elden Ring. Let's get into it. When it comes to vacations, there's a range of different experiences for an Elden Lord to enjoy. There's beaches, sightseeing, partying it up, historical tours. However, for the purposes of this video, let's establish a few universal criteria. One is that while we can assume you've slain the big bads of the lands between on your journey, some vermin keep coming back no matter what, and no one wants to wake up every morning and slay a slew of Albinurics before breakfast. And so with that in mind, we're looking for spots that include minimal to no combat. Next is that we're considering Grace's off limits during the getaway. It's one thing to fly Grace Airlines for business, but no one wants to spend the holiday tediously traveling around. And finally, there needs to be some kind of home away from home for the week. You've spent enough time sleeping on the cold, hard ground exposed to the elements on the journey to becoming Elden Lord, so this getaway should include lodging, preferably nice, but at least a few walls. On a related note, you gotta eat during your holiday, so there should be some local flora and fauna to munch on. Or even better, amenities like nearby merchants or food provided at the location are a big plus. So those are the universal criteria for picking our Elden Lord getaways. Now let's hurry up and go take it easy. First up, let's talk beach locales in the lands between. Before discussing the options, I want to mention a couple tourist traps. The Redmane Castle Beach seems decent at first, but there's no lodging on the beach and no portal to the beach side, making this location unsuitable. And also, it's a bit corpsey. The other location, the Cerulean Coast Beach, really puts the trap in the tourist trap with its finger crawlers lurking beneath the sand. But even though these locations didn't pan out, there's some good options for the Elden Lord seeking to soak up the sun and bury their toes safely in the sand. First, there's Weeping Peninsula Beach. The beach features a shack that includes a convenient merchant for all of your relaxation needs. The beach is long, however it is a popular destination for naked old men, making the extensive coast pretty congested at times. There's also the southern nameless Mausoleum Island in the Land of Shadow. This unique locale is great for the Elden Lord who has cleared out the nameless mausoleum and wants to truly sleep like the dead on their vacation. While there's no other amenities on this island, there's plenty of flora and fauna to enjoy. While this is great for getting some food, some Elden Lords might be turned off by the excessive crabbiness of the beach. The previous two beaches featured some cool perks, but the best beach vacation locale in the lands between is easily the island of the Church of Dragon Communion in Limgrave. This destination is a private island filled with flora, fauna, and plenty of beach to enjoy. It boasts gorgeous views that'll make any Elden Lord nostalgic for the good old days when they first arrived to the lands between. The church ruins aren't opulent, but chilling out in the ruins of a Church of Dragon Communion is pretty badass. There's no amenities like a merchant on this island, but the abundance of local plants and animals, combined with a lack of nearby enemies, make this beach a truly relaxing getaway. The privacy, local resources, and sunny vista make the Dragon Communion Beach the #1 beach vacation destination in the lands between. While relaxing on the beach and sipping on a physic is an ideal week away for some Elden Lords, others want to explore their surrounding. These next locales are for the Elden Lord who wants to hike and take in the sights, but first, a tourist trap. The 4 belfries might seem like a great sightseeing opportunity, but it's actually a one-way trip to frustration. The portals of the belfries send you far and wide, but they're also only one way. On top of that, a ghostly carrion troll patrols the path downward, making the Liurnian hilltop a dead end. Despite the disappointment of the four belfries, there's a number of great locales for hiking and sightseeing in the lands between. The Shifra Great Waterfall Basin is one such location. The basin has excellent views of both Nokron the Eternal City and the Mogwin Dynasty, and features a large private pool and waterfall to enjoy. There's no merchant, but plenty of flora and fauna and enough enemy-free space to sleep in the surprisingly opulent aqueduct. This next perk may stretch the criteria a bit, but I'd argue that we can include trips to Deeproot Depths as part of the Great Waterfall Basin's features. The coffin up to Deeproot technically only takes the Tarnished one way, but unlike the one-way portals, remains parked at the top. A little broken, but parked there nonetheless. And then when you travel back, the coffin is open for service back up the waterfall again, implying that it's somehow traveled back down, or it's some convoluted Bloodborne carriage type thing. So while I don't think we can fully count Deeproot Depths as a feature, I'd like to count it as a possible hiking and sightseeing opportunity at this location. Another surprisingly robust destination for hiking and sightseeing is Castle Ensis in the Lands of Shadow. Featuring views of the Shadow Keep and the Gravesite Plains, this location provides plenty of room to stretch your legs along the high road of Shadow Altus. Just off the high road is a nearby river to enjoy, although a few enemies put a small damper on the riverside frolicking. But that's not much of a problem when you also have access to the main chambers of Castle Ensis, which features many great amenities like opulent furniture, fine dining, and a private moon-gazing pool. While Castle Ensis provides a luxurious castle, it's hard to compete with the natural beauty of the Shaman Village, also located in the Land of Shadow. The empty village provides many modest quarters to rest in, but the majority of the stay in the village will be spent enjoying the lush landscape of the hinterlands that feature great views of most major locales in the Land of Shadow. There's also something powerful about spending the week before kicking off the new era in Marika's hometown as you ponder the exact way in which you'd like to see her and her order crumble, literally. While we've seen some great destinations for the Elden Lord who likes to explore and see the sights, the Three Sisters in Liurnia is the winner of this category. Featuring great views of Liurnia and Rea Lucaria, this tucked away section of the Carrion Manor is a truly expansive and luxurious locale to enjoy. There's an expansive, relatively enemy-free hillside to explore, and then there's the Carrion Quarters themselves. There's 3 rises that can be stayed in, all of which feature luxurious living spaces filled with homes to enjoy during downtime. This location also includes a private moon-gazing pool in the nearby manor to cool off after a long hike or enjoy the beauty of the moon. The hills of the Three Sisters do tend to be a bit foggy, which may be a good or bad thing depending on your preference, but if you're looking for an expansive hiking destination featuring killer views and opulent living quarters, you'll be hard-pressed to find a location more accommodating than the Three Sisters in Liurnia's Carrion Manor. These vacation spots have all been abundant with natural beauty, but some Elden Lords are looking to party with their time off, or at the very least hang out with other people. And that's why these next locations provide the best spots to get social in the lands between. But before we dive in, a word of warning for the tourist trap of Damanula. Yeah, there is a constant party happening, but even with the god skin gone, the locals will quickly turn dancing with you into flaying you, and nobody wants that. I'd instead like to suggest spending your week in a place with someone who won't only not flay you, but who can really hold a conversation and tell a story. I'm of course talking about the Church of Vows, where Muriel, Pastor of Vows, resides. While the ruins of the church provide a very modest living situation, it does feature a nice fountain, and there's plenty of flora and fauna to be had in the surrounding hillside. The main draw, however, is Muriel, the Turtle Pope himself, who is a wealth of knowledge and stories. The next locale also features a beloved resident of the lands between, although a much smaller one. I'm talking about Jarburg, home to a number of warrior jars, including the precocious Jarbear. The town itself is lush and lovely with plenty of local resources and a number of houses to stay in. The town also features nice ocean views of Limgrave and Caelid, serving as a nice backdrop for hanging out and dancing with the jars and chatting with Jarbear. Hopefully that sounds like a nice way to spend a week, as the location is otherwise a bit remote, like one of those small farming villages people get stuck in during Hallmark movies. While these locations have all been cool hangs, if you're looking to party, then look no further than the winner of this category, Volcano Manor. The manor itself is opulent with top-tier lodging and an unbeatable spread. Depending on how far down you are on the recusant pipeline and how alive the Lord of Blasphemy is, there can be a number of people around to party with, and the Volcano Manor crew features some real party animals. Rumor has it that Tanith knows her way around the dance floor, and Patches definitely has the good stuff. Just watch your drink around him. But if you're looking to party in the lands between, I can think of no better location than Volcano Manor. While some Elden Lords are hedonists looking to party, others like to party with a good book and get down with some history, which brings us to our final category, education vacations. If you're someone who likes to learn in your downtime, these are the spots for you, but first, a tourist trap. The Specimen Storehouse in Shadowkeep contains a wealth of historical artifacts and tomes, but it's also jam-packed with murderous bastards. From Shadow Men Militia to Fire Knights, it's hard to find a good place to settle down with a book or check out a specimen without fighting an enemy or three. Ironically, a less deadly location in the Land of Shadow to visit on a historical tour is Enir Elim, particularly at the top near the Gate of Divinity. Having murdered everyone else already, you can freely roam the area around the Cleansing Chamber and the Gate of Divinity. There's not much to eat, and the most comfortable accommodations are in an ash pit, but maybe a week spent walking around this incredibly historically important location will give some insight into what the hell happened here. Maybe you can even find a way to get up this moderately tall ledge and check out the gate itself. While so far we've discussed traveling all the way to the Land of Shadow to edify ourselves, there's a location incredibly close to the Erd Tree where an Elden Lord can kick back and relax with a good book. More of a staycation than a destination vacation, Marika's bedchamber just outside of the Erd Tree might be all you need. Marika has an extensive tablet collection in her chambers which you now have uncontested access to. The bed doesn't look particularly comfy, but it's huge, giving you plenty of room to lay down with a good tablet. Before giving the winner of this category, I do want to give some honorable mentions to two locations mentioned previously for their merits as education vacation destinations, and those places are the Three Sisters in Liurnia and the Shaman Village. The Rises of the Three Sisters are full of invaluable tomes to enjoy in luxury, and the Shaman Village is as pretty to explore as it is historically important. However, when it comes to being an Elden nerd, nothing beats the sheer volume of knowledge contained within the great library of Raya Lucaria. The residents of the library aren't great for conversation, but who needs the chat when you're surrounded by the collective knowledge of the Academy? While the library is dubious with its food selection, Queen Renala seems to be doing well tucked away in the ornate architecture of the library. After all, the library is an all-you-can-eat buffet of brain food and the best education destination in the lands between. Now that we've covered the best spots for each type of vacation, it's time to crown the ultimate vacation spot in the lands between. And the crown goes to the Dragon Communion Beach in Limgrave. For the Elden Lord looking to get away, I think it doesn't get any better than relaxing on a private island. Rich with flora and fauna and home to incredible sunset views, it's also nostalgic in a way I think makes it the perfect spot for an Elden Lord getting away before kicking off a new era. The island gives a great view of the greater lands between and reminds you of the journey you've taken as Elden Lord. From the beach, you can take in the Chapel of Anticipation where it all began, the stranded graveyard where you took your first step in the lands between, all the way up to the gigantic burning Erd tree that you set on fire. Good times. While the Dragon Communion Beach in Limgrave is my #1 pick, what's yours? Maybe my runner-up, the Foggy Resort of the Three Sisters, is more your speed, with its unrivaled mix of hiking, pool, and reading opportunities. Or maybe there's a location I didn't mention that you think deserves a spot on the list. Let me know your ultimate Elden Ring vacation spot in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like down below. For more videos of this style on the channel, make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments what other games where you'd like to see the ultimate vacation spots explored. Thanks for your support, thank Miyazaki for this glorious vista, and as always, thanks for watching.